Let me know when I can go full screen.
Now you get 1 second. There it goes. Yeah, you can.
All right. Close this. I'm gonna post the link. Welcome to the stream, guys. We will be starting this week in caps and our show in a couple minutes. So hang in there, and if you're in the stream, just say hi. Post the link. Got 9 people in here already.
What's up, Willie? John McNutt. How's it going? Gilly, Al. All Sneaky Joe's on here.
Lee, what's up, Lee?
Lee in the house.
Marin. Good evening, Marin.
All right. Should we start?
Yeah, let's get this party started.
Guys, welcome to Views from the Vault, episode 20. We got a real cool episode planned for you guys today. We're going to be announcing the winners of Pierre and John from Ink Park, their contests. We're also going to be running down This Week in Caps and talking about our segment Keepers, Sleepers, and Weepers. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Now that the Boston versus Toronto series is over, we can all go back to being friends. The Raptors, unfortunately, did not pull it out. They had no business being in the game. We coughed the game away, but, kudos to Boston. They beat us fair and square. But we'll see what happens to them in the next round. But, fellas, how you guys been keeping? Good?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been fantastic, man. I mean, this has been a fantastic week. It all culminated. Oh, Leo's got some activity over at the home. But yeah, it was a good week, man. Good week. I mean, a hard fought series, so I enjoyed kind of watching that. You and I think our verbal battle reached a high point yesterday, as you called Marcus Smart Bulbasaur, and I had some different things to say about Kyle Lowry. But it was a good week, man. I think I did the 3 best things in caps and the 1 worst thing in caps with Jason this week. So that was good. We did put a pause on Jason's top 9. We'll hit that up tomorrow. It's been a good week. It's been a good week.
Baseball is back for youth baseball here in Iowa. So I was a little busy today, but so we'll do top 9 tomorrow morning and go from there.
That's right.
It's not a very long off season, right? I swear, like Big Unit just stopped and he's right back into it again.
Yeah, well, this year's all messed up. So they went a lot later this spring, and then now they're starting up again. They'll go for a couple months and then shut it down and then pick back up in like March. So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I mean, it's been a good week, man. I think I'm hoping. I don't know about you guys. I'm hoping that this is a better week in caps than last week. So just so everyone knows in the audience, like, I don't really see any of this. And I almost like it that way. It's not because I don't want to be involved. I almost like being surprised because I get it. You get my real honest feedback, right? So
I think that we've done this enough to know or to not really be that surprised. I mean, last week was a crock of shit. Let's be honest. There was a lot of bad. Usually the good kind of outweighs the bad.
Yeah.
And, but last week was a lot of bad. This week, kind of average. It wasn't too heavy, I would say.
All right,
But
so it won't be as blood boiling as last week was.
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think so. But we can hop right into it after. But for your just so that if people missed your segment yesterday, what were the best things of the week for you that did you guys cover?
Yeah, I think not in no particular order. The best things in the week included MILB. I'm really excited every Monday to see that Hack Club has some cool MILB coming out. I did see the Montreal Royals did sit for a little while. But
surprising.
Yeah, that was very surprising. And I kind of covered that in that Instagram live, but I'm just really excited about Mondays, man. Mondays get me fired up now because there's good minor league baseball coming out. And I also think, Hat Heaven in store has a lot of good minor league right now, which means that's the precursor to it getting online. So minor league baseball in general was one of the best things just because of the excitement around Mondays now. I'm actually looking forward to see what this Monday is. So, we'll kind of, we'll kind of wait and see. But the second thing was collections. So I love what Hat Club's doing, how they have the cotton candy collection, those black and reds, they have the green eggs and ham. And then conversely, you have My Fitteds who's doing it as well, but a little different take. So you have Hat Club that's doing like this color palette and applying it across multiple teams. So it looks like a real clean collection. But then you have My Fitteds who's doing the fluorescence collection and the colors of the season collections, which kind of they're much different. They're more eclectic. They're not all the same color palette. Like you have the Detroit Tigers with the the tiger camo under, a lot of different things. So collections in general, I think, have been a real positive thing. I think last week we saw, kind of the dichotomy between Hat Club and My Fitteds, which I thought was one of the best things of the week. The last of the three best things in the week was less sellouts happening a little slower. So it's no longer 2 or 3 seconds to a sellout. There's some stuff that's taking a little bit longer to sell out, which probably means that there's a lot more stuff out there, more quantity. So there's a deeper pool of stock to choose from, and more players in the game with wider quantities. So there's more to choose from, which is allowing for more people to get what they're looking for and not necessarily leading to huge sellouts. For example, on Hat Club, you saw Chamuco's base stealer it sat there. So
way too long.
Yeah, the quantities must have been super strong on that, So I just think, the stock level seem to be better, wider selection. So that's the third of the best things. And the worst thing, and you and you're wearing a cap that kind of connects to this. I'm wearing a sweatshirt that connects to this. The lack of love for Roberto Clemente when it comes to caps. This was a great opportunity to really capitalize on one of baseball's legends and also one of the best humanitarians that we've seen in the game. Unfortunate. Like, I'm not going to go on the diatribe I did on the Instagram live, but that was my worst thing in caps last week. And the reason why I picked it for last week is because September 9th was Roberto Clemente Day in the league. I want to see more. I want to see patches. I want to see hats. I want to see all kinds of crazy stuff that commemorates this guy. But those were the three best and the one worst from last week.
Good list.
My Fitteds is adjusting a little bit. They had like a 1 per collection limit. I think they upped it to 2. So
yep.
Yeah. They just had a big drop. So hopefully you guys hit. But actually, hopefully you're watching us and didn't hit. But we understand.
Either way,
we get it.
Yeah, and I think this was the first Roberto Clemente Day. So baby steps, I guess. But yeah, hopefully they're listening and they pay him some respect, because it's very hard to buy anything Roberto Clemente.
Yeah, so, we need to see more. Baseballism's done some great stuff with him, commemorating him, and New Era hasn't. So let's.
And Hartford did one, right? Did a Hartford Yard?
Oh yeah, I should have brought that up yesterday. The Hartford Yard Goats had a Roberto Clemente Day. cap that was it was the H logo that had, it was a heather gray one that
Yeah.
had the Pirates colors in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty cool of them. So hopefully, we'll see some more stuff, and we'll get to kind of honor a legend. But
Yeah,
let's get into this stuff. So
let's do it, man.
this week in Caps. So minor league Monday. Jay, do you want to talk about these?
Yeah, like Pierre was saying, these are actually dropped on Wednesday. I think they pushed them back because the Labor Day holiday, whatever. But yeah, so they dropped a Montreal Royals. Again, I think this is like, I don't know, they've dropped that one before, but this is the only minor league team that Jackie Robinson ever played for, in 1946. And so, yeah, I jumped on that one super fast. It sat around for a long time, which super surprised me. I don't know if people didn't know the history of it or what, or why it was so special, but I grabbed that one. The next one was the Rockford Cubbies. Rockford, Illinois has a long history of minor league baseball. From 95 to 98, they were known as the Cubbies, and this would have been one of the hats they wore. I'm not sure if this was a road, home, whatever, but cool logo there.
Kind of looks like you're wearing a diaper.
Yeah, the shading on it's a little bit different, but I like it better than the Big Cubs logo. And then the bottom one is just a two-tone of the Birmingham Barons. I don't know if they've ever actually worn that on field or not, but it's a cool looking hat. That one sat around for quite a bit too.
Because of the white crown.
Yep.
Every white crown sits like that.
Yeah, I shy away from white crowns too. I have a couple in my collection, but
Do you guys think that it's taking longer to sell out because people are so used to needing to buy stuff within the minute or two that they don't even bother to check if it's available, like half an hour later, let's say, or do you think they're just starting to get their quantities right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't think the minor league stuff is on the hype train like the undervisors and the alternative colorways. So I think people just skip over them. Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think they do really with the design collector stuff. It's very hard to catch sometimes. This Chamuka one's the first time in a long time.
Listen, I really do think there's way more players with quantity now. So like Sports World 165, they showed an image of like hundreds of hats that they had available this morning. So when you start to have all of these different players in the game with deeper stock levels, you have more choice. Mm-hmm. And I think ultimately that more choice is going to lead to slower sellouts unless you have something that's really, really different. So like my Fitteds and Hat Club tend to have the different stuff, right? But the average, the collectors like us three, right? We appreciate the three caps we see before us.
Absolutely.
Like these are ones on this slide. We appreciate this. The New Year's resolutes, as you guys know, I like to call them, because it's analogous to what's happening right now in hats. They don't appreciate the three caps that are on that slide right there. They don't appreciate. They love their caps, right? They love it, but they don't appreciate that that's the only minor league team that Jackie Robinson played for. They don't appreciate the fact that Michael Jordan played for the Barons. They might not even know those things. Right. So, I think that's why you're right, Jason. I believe that's why these three not these three, why Montreal and Birmingham kind of sat. But I do believe there's way more players with way more depth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll start seeing it when there's going to be crossover because we heard there's minor league pink bottoms coming. So who knows? Maybe
no, you know what? Listen, can I share something? Listen, that's fair. Can we talk about that for 1 second? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that, and I'm going to tell you why. It's like they say marijuana is a gateway drug, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think the pink bottom could be a gateway drug. Okay. I think if you put pink bottoms on minor league caps and you attract a different crowd, they're going to get into minor league caps, and it's going to be the way into the minor league world of gray bottoms and green bottoms. I believe the best thing for minor league caps Now, a lot of people aren't going to like this because it means that there's going to be more sellouts and whatnot. But if you want to get this group engaged with minor league caps, throw a pink bottom or an icy blue bottom on it right now and let it kind of take off. And then back away when those things cool off a little bit. And then you're going to have a bunch of folks that love minor league baseball caps.
God, I hope not, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the more minor league sales, the more the teams may get it, and that might help them out in the end. But who knows?
Yeah.
True.
These all of them are red ices. I'm not sure how fast or how slow these ones went. I kind of wanted the Jays, but I literally just unpacked one that looks like that, but I think it has a green or a gray bottom, so I couldn't even do it as a Jays fan.
These flew pretty good. The Phillies one was an instant sellout. The Dodgers one stuck around for a while because we've seen that side patch and that colorway before. But the other ones, I mean, 10, 15 minutes tops.
Really? That
there was probably a lot of these. That Phillies patch is beautiful.
Yeah.
Even though it's a loser patch, that's a beautiful patch.
Yeah.
There's also a Washington Nationals one that was a re-release.
Yep.
It's almost like they tested the waters with the Washington Nationals one.
Mm-hmm.
And then re-hit it again.
Nice. These are a little bit more classic looking ones. So we see again the Padres. Pierre had that brown and pinky high on his list, and now it's coming back in like a regular retro.
Yeah, I've got all three. I've got two of these here now.
Yeah, you grabbed the Indians, right?
I already had the Indians with the patch on the other side.
Okay.
I don't know where I got it from.
Maybe Brett. But these ones are sharp looking hats. They're kind of retro looking. A lot of green, a lot of gray bottom. So these ones really classic.
Probably should have all had green.
They were all green. They were all green.
Yeah, they're all before the 90s.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Sharp looking hats.
And that's about one of the only ways you're going to get a Wahoo on a hat anymore.
Yeah. That's not like the regular
retro World Series on field.
So this Space Steelers, this is, I guess, the second version of the Hat Club version. So I think he did two this year, Clink Room / Hat Club, and then this is the second version. The first one, it almost looked like that almost denim material, or that kind of blackish material before. This one's just straight poly, I'm assuming, but it's a sharp looking hat. I had to grab this one. Effort just kills it with this design, and based on Ricky Henderson, he's a big A's fan, so this one, don't sleep on Chimuko.
When are we going to see that Oakland A's colorway?
I don't know.
Yeah, I will. Oh man, yeah. This is my favorite colorway of the three that he's done with Hat Club so far. But yeah, this one sat for quite some time. Surprised me.
Is the under? Is that an icy blue under, or
it's a slightly different blue? It's darker.
Yeah, it matches his pants.
Maybe it's like an azure blue, maybe.
Yeah, it's cool. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I like it. Danny dropped another version of his bee dripper. So I believe this is like the third or fourth iteration. He did put the flower at the back. I think that has something to do with Holland or
it's a tulip, so yeah.
They have those huge tulip. They have these crazy tulip festivals out there, right?
Yeah.
And all the Dutch communities around here have tulip festivals every year too. This was supposed to come out in June for like National Honeybee Day or something like that, or International Honeybee Day. But obviously, because COVID and things got pushed back, so.
I won't put Leon on the spot. I promised him I wouldn't put him on the spot with animal facts today, so we won't get into the honeybee facts today. I'm not sure he's prepared.
Yeah. This honeybee's missing about 4 limbs. 4 limbs, but it's still a fire design. I have this one in purple. Yeah,
that was for what was that for again? What was it called?
Mobius.
MSAT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mobius Syndrome Awareness Day. That's my very first. That purple one was my very first. Sorry, we have to cancel your order from
Oh
that.
shit!
Yeah,
Wow, they made it up by sending you that the U.S.
the bucket.
He dropped this other one. I'm not sure what this one's called. I think it's like Top Gun.
Yeah, it's
Balloon.
meant to be released with the Top Gun movie. It was
Okay.
supposed to be released this summer. But
Is that an airplane flying through the D?
yes, it's like the contrail of an airplane, and then the
At
jet.
first, I thought it was like a sword.
It kind of looks like that, but
Oh, it's a fucking airplane. I swear, I thought it was a sword.
No, it's an airplane flying through the D.
Okay. I thought it was like a katana or something. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, learning something every day. I wish the D was bigger. That's what she said. Do you guys think that it should be bigger? I don't know. That's my initial thinking. The logo's too small, but
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it could be bigger.
he's got the hex material going on.
Yeah, Danny likes to use alternative materials.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, he likes to make stuff for himself to wear, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
So he likes to try out the new stuff, but
Maverick, that's what they called it. Got some thank you, Allie, in the comments. Maverick.
You know, I don't know if I'd want the D bigger, but the plane should be more pronounced,
yeah.
right? Because I think that's the problem. Or even not have the plane.
Or make the plane huge and then have the D badge thing on the side, kind of. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I just listen. My only knock on this thing, I don't like that material specifically, but my only knock is that thing does look like a sword.
Yeah,
You have to like really try to figure out what it is.
Yep, I agree.
I love the B. I really do love that B, and I love that little tulip coming out of the Dionic logo on the back. I do not like this.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
That was a rough one. And then we got a couple other anniversary patches and a couple World Series patches. I think these were all gray bottoms, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah. So we've seen the 20 and the 25 before, I think, with the Seattle, but the champions for San Fran is not that common, and then the 10 years or the 100 years for the Washington one. That one's
10 years.
10 years. Okay.
Yeah, that's their 10-year anniversary patch. So I had their inaugural season patch. This is a new patch. I picked that one up. I picked up the 25th anniversary. I already have the 20th. I like that two-tone though on that Seattle cap.
Yeah, that San Francisco patch. That thing went quick.
And the Seattle Mariners, that logo, like it looks gorgeous, man. It really does. When you have them in hand and that metallic thread, I just like the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone agrees, but I do like that. I do like that hat a lot.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. vibes. This was a minor league hat, right? Right, Jace?
Yeah. Well, it's a AHL hat. It's the Springfield Thunderbirds. They're the AHL affiliate of the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
This is kind of a what if hat. So for the 30th anniversary of The Simpsons, they put together a Springfield Isotopes like what if night. Because also in 2016, when they were naming the team, the Isotopes was one of the possibilities they were thinking about, but they went the Thunderbirds instead. So, and then Hat Club put this on a 5950.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I would have gotten this one, but I just got an actual Springfield Isotopes hat from New Era, Mexico a couple months ago. So
the baseball one. I'm still
baseball one.
Interesting. There's no back logo. It'd be cool to have like an AHL kind of shield or something. But sharp looking hat, scream Simpsons. Even got a little donut in the middle. So
yeah, their jerseys for that night were pretty kick ass. If you get a chance to go look them up.
I'll take a look. Locker Room of Danny dropped a couple. How do you guys feel about these kind of Starry Night kind of hats? The one on the left. I think that's LA. Is that LA Galaxy or
LAFC.
LAFC? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the LAFC logo. I just don't need all that embroidery on it.
It's a lot of extra. And then the LA script there. That one's I don't know. It looks a little off to me. What do you think, Pierre?
Which one? The Dodgers one?
Yeah, the Dodger one.
I mean, I don't know about every. I'm getting tired of these hats.
Yeah. I think less is more sometimes.
I'm getting tired of these hats, man. I'm getting tired of them.
It looks like something that, you know, you'd walk into a Lids and have them embroider something on it.
Well, they can't even do that.
They could probably do the
I get
lock.
your point. It looks amateurish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I understand why the locker room down he's putting it out because there's a demand for these. But
Yeah.
I think soon it's going to start to wane, and people are going to be like, "All right, man, I'm done with these things."
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of these. So.
I agree. I'm with you guys there. They dropped a couple other LA themed stuff, so we got some more Lakers, Dodgers kind of mix. I swear to God, when we were told that like these hats were going to be stopped being produced, like it must have been after a million stores ordered them. Like we keep seeing them every week.
Think about the timing, right?
Yeah.
When Kobe passed, that's probably
Maybe put a moratorium on them, or you know, something. I don't know. We're still seeing them pop up, so I don't know if that rule still applies or not. So,
well, I don't know what you meant by a moratorium, but I do believe that they probably ordered a bunch of those shortly thereafter, and they're all starting to hit now.
Yeah,
You know?
like you couldn't keep them on the shelf right when you passed, and it was the same thing with the jerseys. Like you couldn't find a jersey, but now.
No, even on the sneakers app, they had a blacked out version of his jersey, right? And that thing was gone in a millisecond.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was the one with the snakeskin.
Yeah. I don't like that big ass LA though. Do you?
No.
I mean, what's the purpose of that being that big?
And I think that even might have had the double logo on the back.
It's like a logo elements on. It's like a logo elements, but worse.
Yeah.
Well, the one on the left looks like a logo element. So it's got the, you know, that logo with the script, and then it's got the ball. So the ball's kind of tonal down.
Yeah.
So originally, when I saw that hat, I was like, that Dodgers hat looks terrible. The logo's so small, but I didn't notice there was that extra little bit there.
I don't know where they're getting this King stuff at. Like, is this like old stock that they're just finding somewhere, or maybe they have an agreement with the Staples Center or what? But
they must have something because they consistently have LA King stuff, new LA King stuff.
Yeah, this is like the 5th or 6th new one they've dropped in the last couple of months.
I bet you they have some sort of agreement with that with the team store, right?
Yeah, they've got to.
I don't know.
That's the only way I thought you could get NHL 5950s was at team stores.
Yeah. 40 Caps dropped a couple hats here. So the team described with the red bottom. The Yankees. We see an All-Star Game Chicago with Oakland.
So that one raised a little controversy just because it's kind of like all over the place. You got a Philadelphia logo on an Oakland A's hat with a Chicago All-Star Game patch. But
the All-Star Game that year was in Chicago.
It was in Chicago, but it was managed by Connie Mack, who was the manager of the Athletics at the time.
Right. So the one thing that's off with this is what year was that? What year is that Stomper logo?
So that Stomper logo is from like the 60s.
Really? I think, is it? Yeah, 62 maybe, 63, somewhere around there.
Yeah. 50s maybe, but yeah. So it's just,
I mean, we've seen more egregious.
Oh yeah.
I see more egregious stuff on this page. So I mean,
exactly.
But I can see why there'd be controversy there. But that All-Star Game did occur in Chicago, so I do get that part. But you're right. I mean, it's 30 years later that this Stomper logo.
And then also the colorway, right? Because that's an Oakland colorway. The Philadelphia Athletics wore blue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is a monstrosity, no doubt. But
What
I've
about
seen
this
worse.
Jays?
I've seen worse. At least it's not as. At least that was not hard on the eyes.
No, not at all.
What about this Jays hat? Like it's like an almost proper hat. It's got a red bottom. It's got some powder blue, and then it's got the weird logo. I mean, it's not weird, but the
It's
patch
got the
doesn't
red
match.
swatchy on top.
Yeah, so the patches doesn't match the logo on the front.
Yes, that's enough. Listen, let's be frank here. Those are two bad hats. I mean, they don't look super ugly, but when you get to the detail of it, I mean, it is kind of. I don't know. I don't like that not matching. It's got the angry J on the side, and then it's got the happy one on the front. It's got the red squatchy there. It's like that's a mess. The team describe hat. I don't even have to tell you how much I hate that thing. The only hat on here that's clean and just nice, and I will never get one because the Yankees hat is the Yankees 1981 World Series cap. That's the other three, man. You can keep them.
But they wouldn't have actually worn that patch in 1981, right? I don't know when they started wearing patches on their World Series hats.
Oh no, it wasn't 81.
Yeah.
It was in the late 90s.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
all of them would be wrong if that's the case, right? Like
Right.
the 1921s and 1930s.
Yeah, but I'm not against. I mean, listen, I'm not against that.
I'll give the 81 a pass because that's what it would have looked like had they worn logos.
Yeah, that's what it would have been.
But if anyone's trying to collect, the Yankee patches, it's ironic that out of 4 hats, Pierre's going to agree that the Yankee one is the best one. But sometimes shit happens. This the lost Batterman on the front, man. It's got to be a weird. This is the second week of it.
It's got to go away. I don't get it.
Like the wind blew very hard and it knocked your front to your back to your front.
Well, and they replace it on the back with a word mark script, like the team name. I don't get it.
So these are not gonna grace. I think we're all in agreement that none of these will be gracing our collections. The floor is fine; it's just randomly there, but the Batterman at the front it's the weirdest move out of the last couple weeks.
Yeah, but listen, you're starting to see everyone get too creative for their own good. You've got this hat that looks really good, and you're seeing this all over craze, and then people are like, I don't know, just slapping shit wherever they can on the hat. I mean,
that Sox hat would be fine if the Batterman was on the back.
Yeah, it would be. But I think people, we got to remember too. Well, I've got to remember that people are asking for this kind of stuff too. I mean, I think these things are hideous. I would never put one on my head, but there's a lot of people out there like, wow, man. I mean, this is, the term fire. Fire. I want to throw these in the fire, but people still think these are fire. I mean, these hats
they sell out, so somebody's buying them.
But again, what's interesting, Jason, is that people are buying them, right? But I think the effects of this whole FOMO and like not having enough stock and stuff, there's a lot of people are going to regret a lot of these purchases in about a month, 2 months.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anybody wearing these. Of course, I'm in the middle of nowhere, but
yeah.
But we see in the groups that we're in, man, a lot of people are doing fire sales. A lot of people even selling new stock that they've barely even had, not even a couple weeks, brand new stuff. So
yeah,
we're starting to see the great sell-off kind of happen. So
we are.
The
great sell-off of 2020.
Yeah, there you go. Exclusive Fitteds dropped a bunch of stuff. So interesting to see they had an orange bottom. That Reds hat's kind of interesting, but
I don't like that Reds hat. There's that logo that looks weird.
It's huge, right? That's a lot of thread.
But it just doesn't look good, man. That Cubs one looks nice.
Yeah, that's like their jersey logo almost.
That's
right?
nice, man. That looks nice. That Florida Marlins, that's good. That White Sox, you're starting to go a little too far. That with that blue, and then the red one. I don't know, man. It's just
that White Sox one's got the Angels All-Star Game patch on it.
2011. Is that it? No,
Yeah,
2000,
whatever that year,
2001.
whatever that year, was, the star with the
2011 was
halo.
Diamondbacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get
I don't know why-
2011 and 2001 mixed up. 2001 was the Angels. 2011 was Diamondbacks, Arizona.
Did
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
the White Sox like player win MVP or something? Or I don't know why that.
I mean, it's a cool side patch. I don't know why you're throwing it on a Sox hat.
Yeah, weird.
But why the powder blue on that Reds hat? You know, like
'Cause
why?
Didn't they have powder blues at some point?
Oh, they did, right? They did have some of the elements in their jerseys
Yeah, I thought they wore powder blue uniforms.
back in the like. I wonder if it not
70s.
75, right? 75 they wore.
Yeah, it might have been late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
Everybody
Yeah, I
was
think I remember that too.
So
Just looks like someone took a patch and slapped it on, like a backpack patch, and just slapped it on. But
That's not a good dude. That's not a good looking hat. And I mean, this is just cookie cutter shit. So let's take this LA Dodgers hat. Let's slap the same patch on it and do it in multiple colorways.
yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
That's it, man. That's all this is. And they don't and it's done. It's poorly done, poorly executed. Listen, this is like fast food right here, man. Again, fast food. Like, let's just slap a patch on the LA Dodgers hat, the same patch. Let's just switch up the colors. Let's call it a day because we're going to sell these things.
Well, if you covered up the name of the store, right, and you had to guess if this is Downey, fourth quarter, exclusive fitted, you wouldn't be able to guess who it's from. There's no like.
well, I can, because I see these images from these stores all day long, so I can tell what store it is just based on how they put the hats in the photo.
Fair enough. But if you had the hat in hand,
Right, but if you were sent a box, like almost like a taste test, right?
Sure.
Where you don't have anything else to go off of, and they show you one hat from each of those places with this side patch. There's no way to know where they're coming from. They all look the same.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Yeah, they all do. To me, all these major league side patch hats are starting to blend all together. They're just.
You see, your view is different than mine on side patch. I like side patches. I just don't. This to me is just poorly done, and it's a money grab, man. It's like, let me take an LA Dodgers, slap a thing on the side, put a bunch of colors out there, and just sell them out and move on to the next thing. What they don't realize is you're going to actually ruin your customer base in the future, because they're going to be much more finicky about anything you put out.
Yeah.
I think this doesn't build loyalty. This builds like quite the opposite. And we're going to talk a little bit more about exclusive fitteds later on with their price points. So we'll get there. And that Angels one is terrible looking too.
Yeah, that's a horrendous hat. That's a horrendous hat. So they dropped the bootleg T-Mark, which is kind of hilarious.
The influencer of influencers.
Yeah, the bootlegger got bootlegged, so that's hilarious. Then the purple bottom Yankees, and then I don't even know what in the middle what that is. That's just trying to keep up with the Joneses. This is a rough slide.
Well, I always tell you, exclusive fitteds finds ways to make their hats look even shittier by taking terrible pictures.
Yeah. These websites need to learn to take pictures. Some of them are just absolutely terrible.
But that purple bottom, it doesn't even look right, man. I mean, you know what I think too? I think there's something about the undervisor colors. You got to be careful with what you're using for guts on those hats. Have you guys noticed that?
Well,
like sometimes, go ahead.
I was gonna say black, white, red. It wouldn't matter. That hat still looks weird to me.
Right, but I think when you look at a cap like this and the guts don't look right with the undervisor, it does make it look worse.
Mm-hmm.
It does make it look worse. You almost have to try to. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree. I think there is a difference in the way an undervisor looks based on the guts.
Sure.
Also,
And well, along with the crown too, right? So if the crown and the visor and the guts all like contrast each other in not the right way, you can just throw the entire hat off.
Listen, I dislike T-Mark as much as the next guy, but I don't dislike Hat Club. So Hat Club put some effort into this hat, and this was literally just jacked.
Yeah, they jacked.
So what's scary about this, and this is what I'm worried about with the pre-order game, is you've got Hat Club nailing down like a kind of like a routine and a flow to what they're doing, right?
Mhm.
But now you have an opportunity, if they're not super fast once it hits, and they're not super fast about getting it out and then doing a pre-order, you could potentially have more stuff happening before the pre-order happens. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, and it's going to be even more drastic once New Era gets and all the shipping gets back up to normal and things get turned around faster than what they are right now.
Well, I'm
So-
sure Hat Club is working on this right now, like trying to make sure that they're not leaving anything kind of sitting in
Mhm.
terms of like create and let it sit. Like they've got to create, put it out, and
Yeah.
especially if it's a collection, put it to pre-order
Once
before these vultures can get a hold of them.
Once they get that material ID in, they've got to release the hat. Otherwise, people are just going to steal it.
Well, you've seen it with the J-Tips one, right? So they initially had a drop. They had 18,000 people sign up for the raffle. They only released a couple hundred,
Mhm.
right? They told everyone it would be back. They almost got it ready, and then you see other stores just releasing it. So like, I don't know, like it's hard to do, like it's hard to keep it straight sometimes. Like if you would have bought it from another store and it's got the same ID, it's not any different
The
technically.
same exact hat.
Right, so it gets weird. I don't know, like people are selling them on StockX and stuff like that. I don't even know who's verifying this stuff, if they even are even like, you know, if they even like know what they're even looking at, or I don't even know. But a side note, the purple bottom Yankee, like that Batterman, like who's even asking for the fucking Batterman to look like that with the outline? I mean, I know we talk about it a lot. I don't want to, rehash the same thing, but like that, the outline with the thing, like just please, just stop. Like
Make it purple.
I don't even know when the Battermans ever look like that. Like there's no reason for it. So yeah. Sports World 165, Pierre's new best favorite store. Dropped a couple. It's more of the same
No,
cookie cutter kind of.
This is a page of like, I mean, straight jacks, right? I mean,
They're all copies. Yep.
they're all copies. Again, what's the core issue here is that there wasn't enough out there for everybody at the beginning. But
Yeah.
I mean, even that Oakland A's one, like, sure, you're copying the colorway, but at least put the 89 patch on there, not the 91 where they lost. It makes no sense. Whatever. Can we move on?
Yeah.
But if you missed the raffle for the gum pack, there's one right there for. But yeah, this is just example of copying other people's homework. So.
But can you blame some of these places, guys?
No, not at all.
I don't, but we don't feel good about it when we see it, though.
No, it doesn't feel good. But like let's say you're someone who you get locked out every time you try to get something from Hat Club, right? Every single time you're trying, and you keep getting locked out. Like, I think we've got to look at some of it objectively and say, all right, I kind of understand why they're doing it. Now, I don't like the thought of stealing, but especially when it comes to like something like the green eggs and ham and stuff. But at some point, I mean, there's gonna be some overlap in the creative world, right? Like we see it with some customs too. We'll see a specific idea or thought that comes up twice with different iterations or different kind of perspectives that created it. We've got to remember that at times, these things are going to overlap, and What got us here today is a lack of quantity.
Yeah.
That's really truly
I mean,
what got us here.
At the end of the day, it took Hat Club a while to adjust their quantities to meet the demand. I don't think anyone's blaming them for not being able to forecast or see that coming. But yeah, I mean, I think all bets are off unless you're making something that's completely your own, right? If you're using licensed stuff, it's just liable to get jacked, and that's just the way it is, right? If you come up with a custom logo and it's fire or dope or whatever, no one's going to be able to just make that logo again, right? So
Well,
I mean,
unless New Era puts it in the catalog wrong, which we've seen that happen before too.
we've seen it happen before, but I mean, for the most part, when you submit the logo into New Era, I think like anyone can grab it, but
yeah,
for the most part, you release something, you market it as your own, it usually shouldn't be able to be stolen.
Well, this has ugly.
Right. What's the bottom? Is it Volt or butter? Like
That looks like a Volt.
no, it's Volt.
Yeah,
but it's on a two-tone. Like it's so weird. Like you got a two-tone cap.
yeah.
You got an orange front logo, and then you put this. Oh my god! It's like I don't know. Like when you look at this versus what My Fitteds does right now, because My Fitteds is going off the wall with their stuff right now. Like the combinations and stuff are off the wall, but they look right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does this thing really look right?
It's a mishmash of everything.
I mean, I think if they would have done the all black Mets hat, it might have been able to pull it off a little bit better. But
yeah, like a solid hat, like a solid hat.
But that blue and that lime or Volt or whatever, just I don't know. Or maybe go all blue with it.
Do the Mets wear their hat like this?
I'm sure they have at some point.
A two-tone like this? I know their black hat has a different logo. It's like it's got outlines and shit. This is like their regular, their blue hats logo.
But I don't know. We're debating we're talking about whether or not they actually wore this two-tone hat. Who cares? It just doesn't look good here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like this is a fashion cap. So like, to me, it's like, why would you look at that blue against the Volt? It just looks terrible. And for people that say you can't see under visors, you put this on, you tell me if you can't see it.
Yeah. Like
you can see under visors, and you can also see under visors in relation to the top of the brim. You can see it, like you can, and this is off-putting. This thing's ugly. This is an ugly hat.
Yeah.
This is an ugly hat.
Google Lou is a big fan of this hat.
Google Lou needs to get his eyes checked, but Sneaky Joe's calling this a tennis ball UV. This is a rough one. It's like the butter and the kiwi bottom merged and it was.
It had an ugly baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, my issue with this hat isn't the Volt under visor. It's not. It's everything else with the Volt under visor.
I appreciate the effort. This was just a big swing and a miss, though.
Who knows? Maybe it sold out.
It did.
Rally House had some
I
don't even know what to call these. It's like mountain wool.
I don't mind melting wool, but that pleather brim is the problem.
Yeah. These would have been kick-ass if they would just continue the material all the way through the visor.
It's like, I just feel like we don't get enough Negro League hats.
We don't.
We didn't need to go and make fashion Negro League hats. You just release them. They'll sell. But
the other issue I have with this is websites, when you're putting your hats online, you have one job, and that's to describe them correctly. These were listed as green hats.
There's not green to be seen.
That is definitely not green.
Yeah.
Or if it is green, you took a terrible picture and you need to put better pictures online.
That's
one of the two.
Yeah, it's certainly not green.
It's like made out of cheap suit material almost.
No, but melon wool
is
melon wool I don't mind. But the problem is the structure, like structurally, melon wool is gonna be super soft.
I don't think these were melton. I think these are just like that heather.
That heather.
Yeah,
Poly.
heather black. But I don't. Yeah, that faux suede brim needs to
Full
go
leather,
away.
yeah, full leather brim. Those things crack over time. Leon, I think you pulled a couple out of your collection. They were all cracked up in a mess.
Yeah. That polyurethane bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It screams cheap suit to me. I can't even. I love Negro League hats for the record, but like these ones, I'm not even looking at it. My fitteds dropped a bunch. Anything here that kind of stands out to you, Pierre?
Yeah, I love that Red Sox one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I see some people are going to disagree with me, but I like these caps. They're just different, man. And I love that Marlins one, man, with the green under. And that seafoam, like it's like a seafoam green. I think that's the color. I don't know the exact title of it, but that Red Sox cap in that color is it looks good. It looks good. And for the New Yorkers, you got some Black Nasty there for you. I don't remember what the material is on that one though, because I didn't pick that one up. I'm not sure if that's corduroy as well.
Might be some type of suede, maybe, or it's different. It looks different though.
I
It
got
could
the
be a
website.
velvet. Could be a velvet.
It's a black velvet. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's similar to what they did with the Expos cap with the red velvet. I didn't pick that one up. I'm White Sox 2005 out. I can't do anymore. But I do like. I'm a sucker for that Diamondbacks logo. So I did pick that one up. I like these. They're different, man. They're different, and they're certainly not copies.
No.
There is nothing here that's a copy. Dude, he
It
put
almost feels like there's almost like an arms race to see who can use the color palette first. Like who can hit the color combo first.
Listen, he put a velvet under on that White Sox hat. I don't care, man. That's badass.
That's bold.
It's badass, man.
Yep.
And then he mixes that seafoam green with that. What is that, like a peach under? I mean, and that Marlins hat with the green under, with just the regular Kelly green under. Come on, tell me that's not a great hat.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite here, Leon?
I mean, if I had to take one home, probably the White Sox. Probably. Second place would be Marlins, then Boston, then Diamondbacks. Nothing really wrong with the Diamondbacks. I just don't really like the Easter style color palette, so I'm not huge on like the cotton candy or anything really Eastery. But
Yeah.
There's nothing bad here. I don't think really. The Boston really stands out. It's really sharp. I don't know if I can wear it though. That's a really loud hat though. It is a nice looking hat though.
Big ass size 8 head, man.
Yeah, it's walking around looking like a. I don't know. It's just
Looking like
it's very loud. It's very loud.
Yeah.
Then they had a bunch of other ones. I like that Joker hat. The Tampa Jokers.
I got that one, and the best of this bunch to me was the Expos.
Yeah, Expos just look like a regular what they would wear almost. Almost like an on-field, but it's not. So it is very interesting.
It's got that red velvet under too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the blood red camo though. What do you think of that?
I don't hate it.
No.
I don't dislike either. I would like it better without the side patch.
Yeah.
If they made that hat with just that, with the red Yankee logo, red under, without the side patch, that's a winner to me.
Not sure I know how I feel about the velvet material. I don't have any, so it'd be hard for me.
It makes the brim a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be an everyday wear cap.
No,
That's the kind of cap you're gonna wear when you want to wow somebody, You're out at the local, I don't know. What's the local diner in your town?
McDonald's.
McDonald's? All right, so you're popping over to McDonald's with the fam. You rock the red velvet under Expos cap just to impress the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what that's for.
Okay. Yeah, that's still something I'd have to feel in hand before I made a decision on buying it, though.
Right as he orders the Travis Scott quarter pounder.
Oh, it's a great combo. Great combo.
Yeah. Major DC. Now this hat, I'm mixed on this hat. So it's the Batterman was lost, got converted into a pin. Interesting. At least it's not stuck on the front of the hat. The patch is liquid chrome. Wish they didn't do that, but you know it is what it is. But the skyline is kind of interesting. I kind of dig it. What do you think, Pierre?
I like this. They had me until I saw that liquid chrome side patch. And then I'm like, why? If you're going to go to the lengths of embroidering everything else, you're going to take the time to say, I'm going to lose the Batterman, convert it into a pin, and pop it on the front of the hat in pin form. And then did they just, what I think this was is there's got to be something where they had too many of those patches sitting around, right? You got some sort of deal on it. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And they put out a lot of embroidered World Series patches on their website on different caps for the Washington Nationals. Why stop that trend now? Do embroidery, impressive embroidery work everywhere else, and then pop that on the side of it for what? What's the purpose?
Yeah, and Major does good stuff. Like
I like their stuff. I like their stuff.
Who's the guys in Cincinnati? Is it Corporate that does like a lot of Cincinnati customs?
Yeah, or Corporate does a lot of Cincinnati. You know, it's kind of cool when you live in one of those markets and you love one of those teams to have, you know, like Major and Corporate, like kind of, and you know, like for San Diego Billion Creation, you've got these other vendors that are producing some really cool custom stuff for your team. You know, I wish Boston had that. You know, I wish they did.
Yeah. It's really cool to see them like kind of represent their city, stay true to it. But you know, all things being considered, it's a slight miss with the chrome. But everything else, I think, is.
I would have bought this. I would have bought this if it wasn't for that chrome.
That patch probably would be pretty hard to embroider. There's quite a bit of detail in there.
No, I think they can embroider that because they did. The Red Sox won the year before.
Okay.
They did it, and it had similar detail to it. I'm almost they might have already embroidered this patch somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
So if you were to rank embroidery, liquid chrome, and that felt that they use, what's your order of preference for side patch?
3 talk to.
Either one. So if you're gonna rank your level of preference for side patch, between like embroidery, so obviously embroidery's first.
Yeah, embroidery. So which one do you like better, the felt or the liquid chrome?
Yeah. Which one would you prefer?
What about you, Jason?
Well, Jason, you hate side patches. I guess it's just none
but
of the above.
If you're gonna force me to wear one that's not embroidered, I would go with the felt.
Me too.
Okay.
Felt.
All right.
The liquid chrome stuff just doesn't look or feel right. Remember those padded stickers you got when you were?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They kind of feel like that. It doesn't.
It's almost like you're waiting for them to fall off.
Right.
Yeah. And then when they fall off, you're screwed because there's going to be that huge adhesive residue.
And hopefully you can find it, and then you can just like glue it back on there. But like, do I really want to? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I personally am just waiting for those to fall off.
Yeah, we've seen our buddy Pancake do a lot of patch swaps with the felts. I'd be curious to see if he's ever done a patch swap with the chrome.
I've seen people try it.
It doesn't go well usually, does it?
I mean, there's a lot of different issues, man. It's like also the glue expanding and whatnot. You know, so there's a lot of different things you have to worry about when you're doing it. But I guess that's a topic
for another day. Like how could you even get it hot enough to melt the patch?
I think
come off.
You steam it from the inside and just get the adhesive. Yeah, I would steam it from the inside.
It just seems like a fucking bad idea. I'd be curious to see if anyone.
You know, let's just make that. Let's just get everyone to embroider their patches, and we won't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe it costs more too.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it's a thing that they could slap on after the fact too, right? Especially with the felt ones. They can just slap it on an existing hat, and be on your day, on your way. Leaders came out with another hat. They've been dropping hats pretty regularly now, which is pretty cool. Haven't jumped on any of them lately, but this is kind of an interesting one. I don't know if they've ever done this design before, but leaders doing their thing in Chicago.
Their NBA All-Star Game hats were amongst the best of the year.
Yeah, ever, I think.
All of them, all of the hats they did, they were great.
Like Chicago showed up for the All-Star Game this year. Four corner. Shout out to Ron Z, dropping some stuff. The one on the left has been released before, but I'm not sure if he's done it with the Tiger.
This was these two were apparently he found some boxes in the warehouse. Okay. So these were previously released, but he found some additional sizes for them, so he put them back up.
Cool.
It's nice to see him back in the game, though.
Yeah, he was mentioning he didn't want to release anything during the pandemic, so good to see him still kicking around. Shout out to Ron. Bronx Social dropped a couple Yankee hats. Pretty generic. I mean, side patches you don't really always see, but they're doing their thing.
Yeah, they're being pretty consistent with them too. Like 2 a week. So
yeah. Jeff Rose King dropped a new colorway. I'm still always amazed by his work, man. I really gotta one of these days I gotta jump on it and really grab one of them.
He's got to do it. He's got to do not a Yankees. I know he did a Marlins one, but that was really limited.
Yeah, I saw that Marlins one. That was nice.
Maybe, yeah. The price point's pretty high on these. They're usually at least 125, if not more. They are hand painted. I mean,
I just don't know how often I don't know how these would stand up over time too, with multiple wears and stuff.
I mean, this is something you wear once.
You're not wearing this. Yeah, you're not wearing this to the McDonald's.
It is nice though. You're buying this, you're buying a piece of art. So
depends on how prestigious the McDonald's is.
I mean, it's really, really, it's like really brand new. It's really nice. They keep it pretty clean. So
yeah,
you got the free Wi-Fi and everything, man.
Yeah. You can get a gas station on the other side of it. So.
Portland Sea Dogs. I think this was like one of the lone MILB drops outside Hat Club, but do you know anything about this one?
Yeah, their Sunday players hat. So this is what they'd wear on Sundays this year if they had actually played.
The Portland Sea Dogs have always had something similar to this on Sunday, on their Sunday hat.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Capologists. So we dropped a Foo Dog. We've been getting a lot of requests to re-release the Foo Dog, even though we've done it multiple colorways. So the owner of the logo, his name's Roland. He wanted a Laker colorway, so we obliged. And you can grab this on the capologist.com, the Showtime colorway. I think they're playing right now too. So
they were kicking Houston's ass.
Houston gave up.
Well, they got the player kicked out because he's down the ass. Well, that's a different show.
I don't know how you think you can win with no centers on your team, but
with no one over 6'5".
Well, Tyson Chandler's there, but he's not getting any playing time. McNutt, we dropped an alternative colorway. We were getting a lot of requests to redo the Leprechaun, even though we've done it multiple times, but we threw it down on an Oakland A's kind of colorway, so you can grab this one. Hopefully it'll be here in time for St. Paddy's Day next year. So green and gold. This was our collaboration with Trash Bag Ghost. So whatever in stock on our website is what we have. So
were these post-production?
They're patches.
Patches, okay. And what about the side? Same thing?
Embroidery.
Embroidery.
So the back and the side is embroidery. The front, for legal reasons, is a patch. But yeah, he had another one drawn up in case we made the finals versus LA. So I guess we're gonna have to hold that in the holster. Boston ruined that design, but it is what it is.
The Clippers might ruin that on the other side of things.
That's true.
Well, it would have worked for any LA team. It would have worked
Oh,
on
yeah.
LA team.
Gotcha.
Keith Haring dropped well, not him, but they dropped a Keith Haring collection. New Era Japan. You can still get some sizes online right now.
My question is that dog humping the other dog?
That's mine. Yeah, when I
Is
first
that,
saw
is that what that is?
I think that's what it is.
It looks like a dog humping a dog. That's what that is, right?
I think it is. I don't know. We bought it. We'll figure out when it arrives. But Hoon helped us out, and so the baby being born, or I don't even know the baby one. I didn't know that one existed. I don't know if we would have bought it, but Pierre, we grabbed the doggy style one. Yeah, Keith Haring, New Era Japan. Every so often, New Era Japan will release the Keith Haring collection, and we jumped on it. There's still a ton of sizes online. I just checked today.
Cool.
And on to the main event: keepers, sleepers, and weepers.
Mm-hmm.
Keeper.
Wow.
You want to talk about some?
Yeah. So, my keeper of the week is this Detroit Tigers with the Tiger Camo under. I mean, dude, this thing is beautiful, and having it in hand, I'm even more impressed having it in hand. I just love what he did with this hat. To take a Tigers cap and put Tiger Camo under on it is incredible. Navy with that orange. It's just, listen, this hat's a winner, man. This is a winner. And this is something I'm probably gonna be wearing all fall and winter. This thing's great. That's my keeper of the week. From My Fitteds, John over at My Fitteds, he put together a winner here.
And that embroidery, that raise is hard to pull off. You would not be able to pull that off post-production. Like just how thick it is and smooth.
Oh, man. I call it chunky embroidery. I love that, man. I love that embroidery.
I do too.
And you know what's interesting? I think the side patch is also glow in the dark on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you look at that patch, it's interesting. It's like a skull and crossbones in the middle.
Huh. Is it an all-star game patch or
it's a World Series patch?
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, Forbes Field, right?
Yeah.
My keeper of the week was from New Era Japan. So this is the all-over style. So in the Keith Haring collection, they dropped 3. This was I don't know. I like all-over stuff sometimes. I don't wear it often, but if you're gonna pack in the logos,
is the dog banging the other dog anywhere on this?
No, the dancing dog is on this one.
Oh, okay.
Right. So Keith Haring, huge fan, great looking hat. Get it, New Era Japan.
Yeah, my keeper of the week was Hat Club. Did a restock of their the Orlando Rays. The Orlando Rays played from 97 to 2003. And then Tampa Bay Rays actually wore this as a tribute after the Pulse nightclub shooting. This hat here, so it's a pretty cool hat. Not a logo you see too often. All the Rays minor league teams from their early days were kick-ass. So
there was a really cool Durham Bulls one too,
right?
Where they did kind of it wasn't something that they wore regularly, but they did a Rays flip.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Retro MO. The Retro minor league is always going to be one of my keepers.
Yeah, I love it when the affiliate uses like the parent club's like kind of art or inspired logos and stuff like that, like Pensacola Blue Jays and stuff like that. I like the look. Sleeper.
My sleeper of the week is My Fitteds again. This one's the lemon pound cake, and if you had told me that this thing would look as good as it did, I wouldn't believe you. When you get it into it, doesn't have that flat Montreal Expos embroidery on the front. It's the raised embroidery, and that like wheat color with that yellow under is incredible. It looks great together. This is a winner for me, and I think people, I think why I picked it as a sleeper is I'm not going to say what other people thought, but for me, I just didn't think it was going to work as well as it did. And then when I got it, I was like, wow, this thing was somewhat of a sleeper in terms of how I viewed it before I got it versus how I viewed it after I got it. So my sleeper of the week also goes to My Fitteds with the lemon pound cake Montreal Expos cap.
Yeah, the red, white, blue really pops off that hat.
Yep.
My sleeper of the week, St. Alfred, dropped 4 hats. I was able to grab the blue one. Wasn't by choice because the other ones had sold out. Don't know which one I would have grabbed if I had a chance for all 4, but St. Alfred doesn't release hats too often, so when I got a chance, I went and grabbed it.
Yeah, I would have been all over that two-tone, except Leon decided to keep this secret from me until a couple days ago. By the time I went out there, it was all gone. So thanks, Leon.
Yeah, I love seeing that. I love seeing that chat in the group message.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were releasing.
Oh, but you knew.
Well, you did know what you did know
told
when you clicked buy.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
Yeah, fair enough. But
No,
hopefully
I get it. I get it. Though. I get it though, Leon. You know, you and I have talked about what I call the Leon Chen dick move, and that was another one of them where like you want to be the only guy in the block with the hat, so you don't tell anybody else.
Not really true, but all right. TJ was the one that put us on, and I
Thanks a lot for the heads up, TJ.
Did I miss that? Did I miss that in the group chat too?
Well, TJ put it in the group chat, and then I said, "Whoever wants to split shipping, I'll grab."
It must have been a day I was working, man. I must have been working too hard that day.
And no one said anything, so it was one of the rare American purchases.
You know what I think I was doing, honestly? I remember what was going on that day. I was doing in-depth research on Kyle Lowry's Hall of Fame probabilities.
Is he above the 5% odds that you gave him?
I gave him 3.5% odds, and then TJ gave him 7% odds. I've upped it to 12.5%.
You know what, Pierre?
What?
That might have just been a ploy by those two to keep us off of this website while they went to go buy.
Very well could have been. Very well could have been.
TJ didn't even buy him. TJ didn't even buy him. He didn't even answer me, so I ended up just buying. I got the blue one. I think I would have. I don't know which one I would have got.
This is an awesome logo, though.
Yeah, I love this logo. I would have gotten the two-tone.
Yeah.
What color under is it, Leon? Is it green?
I don't remember. I want to say gray.
You know what's weird? I prefer gray unders on two-tone caps. I prefer green unders on single color caps.
Especially like the darker hats, like the black. And the
I don't know why that is, man. It's just something about what I like.
A nice contrast.
Yeah,
I agree with you. My sleeper of the week, All Out Foul, dropped another color version of their Anubis logo, Egyptian god here. It's sat around for a while. I know All Out Foul has a little bit higher price point than some, and their shipping's a little bit more expensive, but it does get shipped fast. So I love All Out Foul. A lot of high quality hats, cool logos. Yeah, don't sleep on them.
Are they based out of the Bay?
They are. They're actually part of a barbershop that also sells hats. So maybe when they fuck up your hair, they tell you to get a hat to walk out with. I don't know, but
so they're with Hef then, right? Hef's Chop Shop or Hef's barbershop or whatever. Okay, interesting. But didn't they sign like an agreement to have their hats sold out of Just Fitteds, or how does that work?
I think Just Fitteds might have bought some of their designs to sell in Germany. I don't know. They don't drop all of them, and it was only for like 4 or 5 drops last year. So
okay, all right. Yeah, this is not the first time we've seen this logo. It's a cool logo, but that hex, I don't know if I can get.
I don't like that. I don't like the hat.
Yeah, that might have been one of the reasons this one in particular sat around, was that hex tech. Some people just don't like it.
This one was
weird about some of these premium materials, like well, not premium, but like the hex and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think years from now, it's like people are gonna be like, it's like just I don't know. People are like, ugh, like why did I get this? Not the logo's great. The logo's outstanding. I can't stand these alternate materials, man. Like on that part of the hat. The only as far as I'll go, I'll do wool, I'll do poly, and I don't know why. I don't mind like that waxed cotton or that cotton. Like I don't mind it. But this other stuff, I'm like, ugh.
Wool poly cotton, if you put them against the wall, you couldn't really tell them apart. Really, they're all practically
Cotton, you kind of can though. You can kind of tell cotton.
A little bit. It's a little smoother, but yeah, I don't know. There's too much happening. It's a great logo if you just released it on
Logo's
black.
outstanding though.
Yeah, maybe they just don't like the plain stuff. Who knows?
But you're seeing it though. Like this is that you said that hat sat right, Jason.
Yeah.
That's why. It's just like remember when Chimuko just recently had that dead sailor. Is it not the dead sailor? You know what I'm talking about? The one that was done in that Tampa.
The pirate.
The pirate, right?
Los Famosos.
Yeah, the pirate cap in that material that he had to explain to everyone wasn't denim. Right. It's like you got to be careful when you're messing with the materials on the outside of the hat.
So Sneaky Joe brought up the under on this one. It's kind of like a cement pattern, not like the elephant cement. It's actually like concrete. It's like gray with black specks in it.
Black dots. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to be clear. I don't dislike the logo or anything. It's just the material of the hat.
And Aaron is saying that he's noticing a lot of these funky materials. They're coming from Bangladesh, so just be wary. I expected the size not to fit properly.
Well, Bangladesh has gotten better, man. Bangladesh has gotten better. It's Haiti and Vietnam that seems to be the issue now.
Yeah,
Bangladesh has gotten a lot.
They have, but they can only go up from what they were producing before. Like their first run of on-fields from MLB was just a fucking crapshoot. The
lids, and / Fanatics logo elements collection for the MLB, from their first go round were all Bangladesh, and they were probably the most ill-fitting, terrible caps I've ever placed on my head, and they were all Bangladesh.
And then they were like, they always had the gray sweatbands with the print on like text instead of the tags. That was a bad run. That was a bad run. But speaking of bad, Pierre, your weepers. You originally picked out the Mets one in specific, but
I went
on one slide. Well, to be fair, the Raiders one I did buy, but I bought it.
I bought that one.
Yeah, so I do like that one. I don't know. That one had a different feel to it because it has that Welcome to Las Vegas. I just liked it, man. But these other ones are absolute trash. Like, what the fuck do I need to know about the 12 area codes from Chicago? Why do I need that on the front of my hat?
And our local Illinois guy, TJ, was saying how half of those don't even apply to Chicago. They're like suburbs and outside of Chicago.
Why people are complaining? Why is it belong on a hat?
I don't know, man, but like LA has a ton of fucking area codes there.
You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? This is Team Describe
on steroids,
on crack.
Well, they got the palm trees from the Team Describe for the LA. That's the same.
Look at this, man. So you've got the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
New York Yankees logo. You got the area codes of the major boroughs. You've got a side patch on there. On the back, in case you didn't know, it's got a huge New York over the Batterman that I think is raised. Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think. The Batterman is raised. Yeah. Sorry.
These things, and then you've got look at the Pittsburgh one. Like, I get it's the Steel City, right?
But
that's the most pathetic, weak-looking piece of steel I've ever seen in my fucking life.
You couldn't put their one area code on there,
huh?
You couldn't put
no phone in Pittsburgh.
It's missing the area code.
No phones.
There's no area code. I mean,
and then why does the Anaheim one only have one area code?
That's the only people that claim Orange County, man. They got one.
No, fucking... I bet you the other towns were like, please keep our area code off of this piece of shit hat.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at these.
Originally, I thought they're like home run markers or something. You know, like I don't know, man. It's a lot happening.
Look at the Pittsburgh one, though. Look at it. Just look at it for a second. Like, who would wear that thing?
I just think that you're getting people from outside trying to design shit for people.
These are truck stop hats. These are things you would see on one of those round revolving things when you walk inside of a truck stop in San Francisco or in Pittsburgh or whatever.
I've never seen a weaker looking piece of steel in my life.
The San Fran guys were complaining about the sushi. So you don't see it there, but there's a piece of sushi on the other side of the trolley train thing. And then apparently that bridge is the wrong bridge because it's either they used the Bay Area bridge or they should have used the Bay. I don't remember, but I just remember a lot of people complaining about the bridge with the blue outline. But it's a rough go, man. This is, I don't know, man. This is rough to look at. And then on top of that, who was the retailer that slapped on $20 extra?
Yeah, we're gonna get to We're gonna get to. Let's do your weepers first, right? And let's talk about that because that's how we should end, is just on our discussion around that price point.
All right. So I want to preference this by saying I love Clink Room. I love what they're doing. But this week, man, I don't know. No disrespect to the artists, and I'm sure people tried hard and whatever. It's just a general collection of what the heck's going on. This was a bad week, I have to say, and you know it's getting bad because like you're seeing stuff that wasn't even in the crits getting thrown in here. You're seeing them bring back old stuff that didn't make it next week. So, I mean, they've been releasing, and they've been bringing back old designs that they didn't want to bring back. But I think it's starting to run a little for content. It's getting harder and harder to make hats. Like Pierre, you have a couple in there. I had a couple in there, but I just feel like it's becoming really forced. Like people are really, really just. And there's nothing really like wrong with these hats, but it's just I think like it's just been building up to this point.
So every one of the ideas I like.
Yeah.
Every idea I like. The only one up there that like I would buy or would be tempted to buy, and people are going to completely blast me for this, but it's the ray gun one. I just because I don't know, there's something about that hat that just looks good to me. But the slumps, I think, I don't know, man. I don't really want to knock them too hard because these are artists doing their thing, but I do not like this week was not good. This was not good. This isn't a week that I was like, wow, I can't wait to log on and put in my pre-order. These were not good. I just have a feeling that they should, I think they should have a stable of artists that they're going to and maybe rotate and just make sure that there's 3 outstanding ones every week. And then just like in college basketball, have a couple walk-ons, like a couple walk-ons every week. So you got your stable of like 20 core artists. Then you still have the ability for other people to bring their ideas to life. But we got to limit some of this stuff because, I mean, come on. Like the slumps, like I love the idea, but I just don't like the way it looks. It's a hard thing to bring to life. Right. And the other, the werewolf, whatever that is with the half skull, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah. We'll see how many of these actually hit production, and I hope they all do, but I just hope they don't tarnish the name that they've built. The Duruma is okay. I love Duruma hats. I have a couple Duruma hats. I've made a couple Duruma hats. But I don't know, man. I would hate to see, because they're legendary in the game. To me.
Right. So from a brand perspective, right?
Mhm.
From a brand perspective, anytime something goes up there for sale, you're stamping your name on that.
Yep, it's got their name on it.
It's got their name on it. It's got their logo on the back. So for me, like, my concern is, and I love that people are doing this stuff, and I love that there's a lot of effort being exerted here, but there also has to be some tough love here that's like, hey, listen, your logo is just not good enough to be represented by our brand. So like, let's figure it out, go back to the drawing board, figure it out, make people earn the right to be a clinker, and make them earn the right to be represented from a sales perspective. Make it a right, something that has to be earned. And I'm not saying that these folks aren't working hard. I'm saying don't put your stamp on it unless it's going to make your brand either maintain the high standards of your brand or make it better. If it's not going to do one of those two things, don't do it.
Yeah. So one thing I think they're maybe they found the frequency of releases is maybe too aggressive for what they're trying to do.
5 or 6 a week is intense.
5 or 6
they've been
a lot. And for even for a consumer like myself, that's $240 a week, $250 a week on hats that I have to wait 3 months for. That's a lot.
I'm just worried, man, about the brand perspective, right?
Right.
That's what I'm worried about. Because when I'm looking at something like this, I'm like, the legendary status that is Clink Room, like, it's just known to be. These are the hats that people dream of having now. The ones that existed in Clink Room's first iteration.
Mm-hmm.
Do these stack up to those? The answer is no.
The Dwarma one's close.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, the rest of
maybe I'm being too hard on that one.
Maybe.
I think what ends up happening is I see them all as a collection. I'm like, it's just not enough.
The other ones are great logos. They're not Clink Room logos, right? I don't know.
It's crazy too because I was like clamoring for a nice Kraken logo. I'm like, we keep seeing like the tip of the Kraken or a little bit of Kraken. I'm like, give me a Kraken. The Kraken comes up. I'm like, oh, I don't know, man.
You know, but if you cut this list in half, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're also you're not going to be cannibalizing.
Yeah, and we'll see next week. Next week they're bringing back, I think, 10 hats that haven't made it, that were in crits but didn't make it to pre-order, and we'll see if that's a recovery, and they just have more time to get submissions. But I don't know, man. The frequency is intense, man. Like, even if you put the best artists to work, like, it's hard to release 6, 7, 5, 6 hats a week for like 4 months straight.
Yeah.
And for them to, but I get the vision of all this though, right? Like, I love the vision behind it. I love Clink Room, and I want to make that clear. I'm not, and I also love that these artists put stuff out. This was not a good week. So if you take what we dealt with last week in the overall cap game, that's kind of how I felt about Clink Room this week.
Yeah.
I wasn't excited when I saw any of these.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any in the crits that you feel like should have made it? Because I remember seeing the crits and I was like, oh, this week's gonna be rough.
So on their stories, when they asked, would you pre-order, I hit no, I think, on just about every single one this week.
Yeah, that's rough. And and this is not some type of disrespect to the artists and the people.
No.
I want to make that clear. I have a lot of respect for the artists out there trying and whatever. And this should not be it's not your fault that they're putting this out, but I mean, it should not discourage anyone from wanting to get there, because there is legendary status to me. Like, if you get to call yourself a clinker, there's a lot that comes with that.
Absolutely.
Right? So
I just don't want them to water it down just to get 6 hats out there every week.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's a frequency thing. And we're talking about like ordering this, paying now, and then getting it in February too. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I hope there's a rebound. We'll see. There's
Well,
gonna be 10.
I think what's going to happen too is when the first hats get in hand and people are opening them and stuff. I think like
We'll renew the frenzy.
yeah, I think it's going to revive things a little bit and really like inject some energy back into this. And hopefully, go ahead.
They'll definitely get a bounce from that for sure. Just how long is that going to last?
But the bounce I'm looking for isn't for more people to buy stuff that's not good. It's like for just to kind of refine what's being allowed to be endowed with that Clink Room logo on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're good here, right, guys? We all agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this one. Just knock it off with the embroidery machine, guys. Just
Starry Night.
Yeah, it's fine. Like 1 or 2 of these, okay, but just you don't have to completely run out of thread on your machine to call it done.
I think the problem with a lot of this stuff is like, so when the first stuff started coming out with the LeBron, with the Better Gift Shop, it was unique. It was like, whoa, you can do that to a hat. That's fucking cool. You can customize it.
Well, I still thought it was pretty ugly, but
whatever. But this cookie cutter bullshit, man, like, because this isn't the only one that came out in this line. There was like a Raiders one. I regrettably bought the fucking Raiders one. Like, but the Dodgers, it's just like, when you put them together, it's just like, okay, we built this template and let's just fucking do them on all teams. And that's what kind of takes away from it, that uniqueness. Like, it's trying to be unique, but they all look the same. So it's tough, man.
I did like the Raiders one, man. I don't know why. I still do.
I think it was a lot that Welcome to Las Vegas sign.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
No,
I didn't jump on the other one. The one with the Welcome to Las Vegas sign is the one I jumped on. It's the only one I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a Raider version like this, and I unfortunately bought it too from Australia.
I have it here.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. I thought it was a unique, and then I saw other teams. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't know. It's just these embroidery hits, these monotone embroidery hits. They just look, I don't know, amateurish or I don't know. Not cool to me. That's my weeper of the week.
Yeah, it's a rough one. And then the contest. So Pierre, you guys selected the winners. Do you want to kind of go through?
Yeah. So John and I collaborated. John of Ink Park and I collaborated on this logo. This thing came out so nice, in my opinion. Right. I know some folks found some opportunity with some of the colorway stuff, but this thing is going to look outstanding once they go into production and get into people's hands. But we did do a giveaway. We were selecting 2 people. We had a ton of interest, and my inbox was full in terms of how many people were just into this hat and wanted to take part in the giveaway. So John went and assigned a number to everyone who was interested and did a randomizer and pulled 2 numbers associated with specific folks that did follow these rules for the giveaway. And the 2 winners, if you want to show the next slide, the 2 winners were I Am Crazy 8 and D Custriv 45. So those 2 folks were the winners. John and I will reach out to them, get their sizes, and get their hats ordered as well. I'm not too concerned with this hat making the minimum, and neither should you. So I think I want to thank everyone who took part in the giveaway. It was a lot of fun, and it's really great. It feels really great for both John and I to give back a little bit So we'll buy these 2 hats and make sure that they get to those folks when they do actually get produced and sent out. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate the interest and support.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you, John and Pierre, for doing that.
Yeah.
You don't see it happen too often, so thank you.
That's for sure. Did you
Good
guys
job,
have any?
I am Crazy 8 and
Yeah.
Scriv.
Did you guys have anything built in place if they had already placed a pre-order? I guess they just get an additional one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool.
But
we'll find out. Congrats to the winners.
yeah, and, I think the last thing we wanted to talk about too was, so specifically those hats that we were just talking about, right? The Starry Night and all that stuff. So Exclusive Fitteds is jacking up some prices. So you've got a lot of demand right now.
Mhm.
You've got a lot of reseller activity. And then you have an MSRP on a hat of $49.99. And then they're jacking the price up to, what was it, $65 or $60, whatever it is.
$69.99.
$69.99. So they're jumping the price $20. So
Mhm.
for perspective, for a lot of us who have bought from Hat Club, so Hat Club did those icons, right?
Yeah.
They did those logo. I forgot the logo evolution. I forgot what they were called. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the timeline logo timeline.
The timeline caps. They did those recent All-Star Game patches all the way around the hat.
Yep.
And do you guys remember the price on those?
I think like $50. So a couple dollars.
$55.
$50. They were MSRP.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest with you, they were more impressive than these.
Oh, way more.
These, they're jacking up the price $20 over MSRP.
For clip art.
For clip art, yeah, for clip art, honestly. And now, if you're doing that stuff, and Leon and I both know this, and you do too, Jason, I believe, if you go to the lids or if you have your own embroidery machine, start popping that stuff on, or someone with one, yeah, you're gonna get to $70, $80 price point, right? Just to make a dollar, but that's not the case with these. These will be done through New Era. It's not post-production work. These are $50 MSRP, and they're jacking the price up $20.
They include shipping though. Right? They include shipping on their price.
So there's 5 of that $20. I can excuse them that 5. And if they're paying more than $5 for shipping, they're doing something wrong.
Is someone saying in the comments 69 plus shipping? I'm not sure. I know one of those stores charges with shipping.
Exclusive Fitteds has free shipping.
Okay. All right.
On any order.
On any order. Okay.
No minimum.
So they're building it into the price.
Yeah.
New Yorkers don't pay tax. I think maybe it's like we include tax, but we're charging tax. I don't know what it is.
Here's my concern is like, why are we doing this, or why are they doing it? Right? What is it going to lead to potentially?
Mm-hmm.
And not that, like, this is going to jack up resale prices too.
Yeah. So is there anything that happens if you sell above MSRP? Is there anything
MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail price.
That verbiage in itself suggests that you can price it higher if you want.
You can charge whatever you want for your product.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I don't know. We're seeing the comments kind of blow up.
It's not illegal to do that, guys. So it's
not illegal.
It's not illegal to do that. But this is like a money grab, right? I mean, I get it. Like, it's a business and you're going to capitalize and do whatever. But what could this lead to potentially? I mean, others doing it?
Yeah. I mean, if a store thinks that their price can support their market, they would already be doing it. Right? I mean, Hat Club could be charging $65, $70 for any of these hats.
Well, Hat Club went up a little bit, right? I don't know how recently.
I think that has more to do with New Era's pricing going up, because I know
I don't believe Hat Club's going over MSRP.
No, they aren't, because they're
But everyone's
those
price
icons hats and stuff, they were $50. They were $50.
Right.
So, but I remember being in group chats with people saying, I bet they're going to be 70. Because I wasn't sure what the MSRP would be on those hats because I hadn't seen those done like that by a big retailer yet.
Mhm.
Like when they did the logo timelines.
Right.
That's the first time I'd seen those done. I believe that's the first time I saw them done by a hat club. And I was like, oh, these are gonna be like $70. And they were like $50. I'm like, holy shit, they're $50. That's it. Right. So, but I think when you're looking around and if you're not a savvy customer and you haven't been paying attention, you think these things could cost $70 or that would be the suggested retail price, but it's not. It's $50.
Yeah, I mean, so the other thing is though, I don't believe New Era really does publish the MSRP on a lot of their hats.
I'm not going to share what I got that information from. I want to be clear about that, but I know this is a fact.
Yeah, I know it's not public information, right? I mean, because you look at on-fields, they're going to be $38 at one store, $42 at another, $44 at your big blue store.
The stadium will be 50.
Yeah, the stadium. They're all over the place. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I get to see both sides of it. I think maybe, hopefully, they're doing it to try and kick the resellers out of there. But I know that's not why they're doing it, right?
Well,
they're doing it because they're trying to
have that effect, though. Like, what? Right? So, like, people are saying too many resellers. Yeah, but I don't understand. What do you mean too many resellers? Why? What, so now you should sell your hat for $70?
I mean, it does help in theory. It would lower the amount of money that a reseller could make on a hat. So therefore they wouldn't try to resell that hat.
That's awfully noble of them. I don't believe that for a second. That business is sitting back saying, we're gonna charge an extra $20 because we really want these nefarious characters out of the resale market.
I'm just saying that's one reason they could be doing it.
Sure.
I don't believe that's why they're doing it. They're doing it so they can grab that extra $20 that the resellers would be taking.
Yeah, well, they're looking at it and they're saying, okay, well, if we had to pay $6 extra, we're going to charge whatever dollars extra, right? So I don't know. It's a weird look. I hope people are hip to the idea and not pay that price. But I think part of it has to do with you see other things that are similar on the market, maybe done post-production.
Yep.
Or done like legally, but are more expensive, more high-end. And they say,
J-Tips just dropped a bunch of hats today, all post-production embroidered hats. They're $90, $100.
Yeah.
And they were just regular on-field hats that he added the Savior on the back.
Yeah. I almost would rather give the $90 to J-Tips because at least he's doing something to it, like
he's adding value. Sure. It's debatable how much that value is worth, but he's adding value to that.
Yeah. Well, the dude is shipping from his house and stuff. I guess, I hope he's investing in some sort of mechanism to help him ship things because I saw something on Instagram where he's got a pile of boxes.
Yeah, he's shipping everything out Monday, is what he said.
Yeah,
but whatever. That's a different.
He's getting it. He's getting his money. Get his bag. That's all good.
But no, I mean, I'm not feeling this whole. First of all, I want to be clear. I don't believe for a second that, and I know you weren't suggesting. You're just playing devil's advocate, Jason. But there's no way that Exclusive Fitteds is the virtual superhero that's trying to eliminate the resell, because what happens is I think this jacks up the resale price.
Wow. Yeah, for sure we'll have that short-term effect.
Right, but also,
I don't know.
Don't you think other people are taking notice, and they're like, all right, if Exclusive Fitteds is jacking up the price an extra $20 over MSRP, and they're selling out, I should do the same thing. And then it becomes almost like these,
Absolutely.
like these gas station wars they have, where you see gas stations like lowering their price, but in the opposite way, just to test the market to see how far they can push it.
Yeah.
I think you got to watch stock levels. I mean, the same way how, we find it unbelievable that someone could pay $120 for like a Hat Club hat or whatever. Like you can see that you can see it and be like outraged and not buy it. But if people oblige and buy it, you're going to see more pop up. So we'll see, how fast the stock goes. If they sit, hopefully they sit and they learn their lesson. But if not, then it might lead to other stores doing it.
It's obviously they're trying to increase their profit on these hats. I wish they'd do it the more noble way and just buy more hats, sell more hats, and make up the profit in volume.
Yeah.
Not in pure margin.
Well, we've seen some pinkies on these stores sell for like $60, $55 too, right?
Yeah, I mean their exclusive fit is like baseline price anymore. It's $55.
Jeez.
Granted, they do include free shipping. Apparently, I was told in the comments that shipping wasn't included on some of these things. So
stop buying from them.
I have not ever bought from them.
No, I'm saying anybody listening, stop buying from them. I mean, just stop buying from them. Just miss on the stuff that they're throwing out there.
I mean, it's
who creates change is the customer.
Oh, absolutely.
The way you speak to these companies is don't buy from them.
Right.
So if someone's gonna charge $20 over MSRP, don't buy from them. Don't buy from them.
Don't bitch about a $70 hat. Just don't buy it. That's how you.
And you know what they'll have to do at that point if you don't buy. You know what they have to do?
They have to discount it.
They have to mark it down.
Yep.
Don't buy from them.
To where it should be.
Don't buy from them.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we have some volunteers that can go over there with like little signs and stuff, little picket signs, telling people, So because we don't have enough people watching this show, I don't think to impact. Well, we might, but not quite enough to impact that kind of change. But don't buy from them. Don't buy from them. Don't buy from exclusive fitteds until they lower their price back to where it's supposed to be. Let New Era do the price jacking,
which they are. I've heard on fields are soon going to be $45. Which, whatever.
On fields, $45, man.
Yep. I don't know when that's happening or if it is, but it's going to. Just a matter.
Well, New Era is the only company that can close down a local fucking factory, put their stuff exclusively into sweatshops, and still jack up the price and look you in the face.
Shipping charges, man.
I guess. Fuck, man. Well, you ain't paying those laborers a lot of money. I can guarantee that. But
yeah, so I think
it is what it is.
We're in agreement here. I mean, don't buy from them.
Has anybody have you gone to their store at all?
Their store is not called Exclusive Fitteds.
Okay.
Listen, I haven't totally figured this out yet.
Them and Sports World are connected somehow.
But Sports World doesn't jack up their prices like that.
Right.
Leon and I were talking about this earlier. I'm wondering if they're franchises under the Exclusive Fitteds umbrella.
Or if they're sharing that account. Like these stores, they don't own their own account exclusively, and they use Exclusive Fitteds. I went into one. I'm not trying to put on blast. Where?
I went into one of the locations to grab something, right? And I was there with a couple of buddies, Ozzy and Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in there, and there was a specific hat I wanted. They didn't have my size, and they were calling their store. And I'm like, are you calling the other store on Jamaica Ave? He's like, no. I'm like, then who are you calling? And then when I went store by store on Jamaica Avenue, they all looked like they had the same buyer. Sports World 165 was the only one that looked a little bit different.
Okay.
The only one that looked a little bit different. The others looked all the same. And you could tell it was all the same product. So, for example, I've been looking for a 1995 Texas Rangers All-Star Game cap because I like that. I like that, that star.
Okay, yeah.
on the side. So everyone I went to like had that cap, but I haven't seen anywhere else. But they didn't have my size. They're connected somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if it's a franchise or if they're all sharing the same New Era account. I don't know what it is. There's something going on there.
Given their pricing, I'm guessing they're not even running their stores on the up and up. I mean,
I just feel like, I don't know if you have them where you're from, Jason, but like I feel like you go into those stores and someone's gonna greet you like, "Hey, buddy, I got a good deal for you." Like, and everything's being able to be bartered and shit. I fucking can't stand.
I don't personally, guys, feel comfortable questioning their business ethics. I don't because that's going too far when you start like talking about someone the ethics of their business.
I'm speaking purely from knowing what they're charging for their hats.
Yeah, but they're also like, for me, I think those wool caps are cheaper.
I think it's the same price.
I don't know.
Who knows? I know when I request wool, it's the same price. I don't get a price break.
I think we just have to be careful with that part of it. But I do get what you guys are saying. Like the prices are low. I was also there, right? And it felt like every one of the stores was the same.
Yeah.
And they're literally, you walk up the street, every 3 storefronts is another hat store.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a topic for another day, an investigative report.
Yeah, we'll have to get you undercover.
We got to get more boots on the street.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll send
We
Ozzy
can't
down.
now. Well,
I'm in with a hot mic. I heard you're with the fitteds.
Well, one guy didn't. The one person, the first store I went to was Sports World 165. Dude was cool as hell. Talked to him. He knew his stuff. He's showing me all kinds of hats. He was really cool. I went to another one. I don't remember which one. They all had different names. One was Hat King. One was King of Hats. All kinds of fucking names, right? The second one I went into, or the third one I went into, I was like, he's the one that started calling around. I'm like, who are you calling? Like, what is there? Like some magic place you're calling for these? Like, you're calling a store up the street. He's like, no, I'm really not. I'm like, come on, dude. And he's like, you're a smart one, aren't you? I'm like, no, man. I just think like I just walked up the street and every store feels like it's connected. And how come it says exclusive fitteds on the bottom of your business card?
Yeah. We got to figure this out.
I don't like the lack of business transparency.
That's what I was talking about. If they are totally connected, why not have the same name on the store, or why have 3 stores on the same block?
Why not just open a goddamn supercenter?
Right.
Maybe that's why they charge so much, because they got to go from one store to grab the other.
No, but they're not, dude. The only one, I don't even know which one is doing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't even know which one is officially exclusive fitteds.
We got to figure it out. We got to get some feet on the street, get some investigative journalism. And then we'll have.
I ain't going back over there now, man. They're gonna be looking for me.
No, not you.
Oh, we'll get
someone else.
Yeah.
And we'll build a chart like we're some type of like the FBI agents, like they got all the arrows and stuff like that, and
who's all connected.
Pictures. Got cord with all kinds of shit on it. Yeah.
Abdullah, we seen him on fucking Monday, but on Wednesday he was here. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Leon, I think I know who would be the best man for this job.
Who's that?
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry?
A Hall of
He's
Famer.
definitely got a couple months free. So we'll see.
But guys, this was good, man.
Thinking,
this was good, right?
I was thinking we send in Harlem's Guardian Angel.
Oh.
Or, maybe. Or
maybe, perhaps.
Maybe Ricky B. Maybe Slick Rick. We'll see. We got to send in someone who knows them, though. We got to get some insider info to figure out this web of stores.
Well, I want to be clear. Someone's saying something about Hat Heaven is legit. Hat Heaven is legit.
Yes.
Hat Heaven, they were Caps Unlimited, and it's still called Caps Unlimited. They have multiple locations. They've been around since the 90s. And then they felt that as a family, they felt they needed to branch out and open a website. So Brian from Hat Heaven created Hat Heaven Online, which is the online presence for Caps Unlimited. And I like the name Hat Heaven better, to be frank with you, but they've already branded Caps Unlimited as their retail store. So that is a very legit, there is no issues there. That dude is on the up and up. Everything that they're doing is on the up and up. And I don't even know if there is anything wrong with what Exclusive Fitness is doing. I don't know. I'm just saying it's kind of weird when I walk up Jamaica Ave and I'm walking into 7 different stores that all seem to be pulling from the same stock, but all have different names. It just seems freaking weird to me. That's all.
I saw it before too when Mall of America had 4 lids, a couple of Fanatics, and a Fan's Edge, and a couple of Lids locker rooms, all in the same building.
That's weird.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I think we've beaten this up a little bit, right? So
Don't pay over for your hats.
Don't pay over the
vote with your dollar. But we legit spent 2 hours with no guests. So time flew, and we got people still in here, so well, bless you guys for staying with us.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess that's it. I think we had a pretty good show. We it was a much better week in Caps. I think if we're gonna recap, I think Clink Room had its weakest week, I think, so far.
I did cut a lot of Team Describes and Finkies though.
Yeah, because you didn't want me to have an aneurysm.
Yeah, I don't think we could have did 2 weeks in a row of
no, that sort of exertion of energy would have killed me.
Yeah.
So
I was just like, cut it. All right, cut it. Okay, cool. This one's in. Cut it. All right, this one's in. So it may have been very similar to last week, but less stress induced for you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I prepared myself.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom line is it's getting really repetitive. I think, right?
I'm asking for more originality.
Everyone's
copying each other's homework. I think like you're seeing a lot of the same shit. Everyone's trying.
Yeah, but then we complain about Clink Room having a weak week. So maybe we should loosen up a little bit in some ways, because I mean, at least that is original shit.
That's true.
Yeah. I just think
we're allowed to not like the designs, but I mean, at least that's the one place that's got some original shit.
I just think Clink Room just needs a couple of weeks to get some more content. That's it, and they're doing it. They've already made the move, so
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
They've made the move, right? So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Well, I guess we can wrap up for this evening. I think this was a good 2 hours, well spent. Leon, I want to thank you for being a gracious co-host, but also I want to apologize for our banter yesterday, because you and I were really going at each other pretty hard.
I think in the middle though, it got to a point where it's pretty quiet. We weren't. I was like, this can go sideways. I'm not even gonna dig a hole deeper in case this doesn't go my way. So
yeah, I think
if we
were both doing the same thing. We both said, all right, I made fun. I went hard on Kyle Lowry. You went hard on Marcus Smart. And I'm not even going to repeat the things we were saying. But then we just settled down.
They're both very similar players, though. When you break it down, it is hilarious to watch a Boston fan complain about the flopping of Kyle Lowry, and then to hear a Toronto guy complain about the flopping of Marcus Smart. So
I will say Kyle Lowry did draw the most charges in basketball this year, though.
Yeah.
Hard to get
that doesn't have to do with flopping, though. That's just good defense. But
okay, so let's not go down this road again. So we're starting to get.
I want to thank both of you for keeping me out of that during Game 7. I didn't not want to.
No, dude, it got to a fever pitch mid-second quarter, and then it just was silence.
Good.
Until.
Yeah. But I think me and Pierre discussed this. It didn't really get personal until Jason Mead started talking some shit.
That's true. Leon and I weren't saying anything until Mead jumped on.
How about that basketball game when Toronto was getting the breaks beat off them,
That was
Yeah.
game one. That was like
I know, but that's
weeks
when it started.
yeah.
That's when it
I
started.
don't.
I think.
Listen, I do apologize to you, Leon, for the things I said, but I do not apologize by any measure to Kyle Lowry.
It's all right. We'll
Oh, I
throw
was
a
pretty
huge-
rough on Siakam too.
Oh yeah, you said you said some pretty bad things. I'm not gonna even put it out in the matrix, but
Well, I wasn't. No, but I didn't say things about him as a human being. I said things about him as a.
no. Yeah.
Anytime
he
he
did
had his
whatever.
back to the basket, he was absolute trash. Like,
He was a walking turnover yesterday. I don't understand. why.
no, it was scary. Like, I don't know how a guy that tall can be shut down by guys that are 6'3".
Yeah, he's got some stuff to work on, but I still stand by my player. But yeah, so the long off season, we got some time. So
Yeah.
hopefully we get a little reconfusion.
Not a
but
really
we'll
long
see.
off season, Leon. What you're forgetting is it's not very long this off season.
Yeah, game starting back up in like December.
Christmas,
Yeah.
right?
You get a couple weeks off and they're back at it.
Yeah. The whole timing is thrown off of everything, right? Like we would have already been done free agency by now. Draft would have been done. They still got to do the draft. Like
We would have been in like almost preseason mode. It would have been like training camp mode here.
Summer League would have been over.
Too, yeah.
The Olympics would have been done, right?
Mhm.
Like no Olympics. Like
Sometimes I
all
think
fucked.
we care more than they do.
They're probably sick of it.
Lowry's
you know.
probably at the donut shop as we speak, and we're
Hortons.
sitting here still talking about it.
Well, he definitely wouldn't be in Team Hortons because he would have had to do like a 2-week quarantine to get back in the country. I don't even think he's coming back. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, guys. So, Leon, you ready to take us away?
Yeah, next week we will be celebrating Mexican Independence Day. We have a special artist from Mexico. We may have a live leak of some of the stuff the Anthem Shop's doing. And hopefully you guys enjoy. So we'll be back on Wednesday. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you then. Stay fitted, guys.
See ya.
Peace.